Hi everyone, Gramma Mia here, and I'm going to show you several housing glitches. The fusing, floating, how to do the fake wall glitch for the new windows, how to put wall items on things that should not normally be on a wall or on an item, how to, I think I can do the one outside as well. I don't have the living arch, but I did try something else and it kind of stays out there. And let's see. And I don't know how to do the under the stairwell glitch, and I don't have, to be honest, I don't have the patience to try to get that to work. But I'll work on it, and if by the end of this segment of all of these different housing glitches all in one video, and I've learned how to do the under the stairwell trick, then I'll add that on as well. But right at the moment I don't know how to do that. So stay tuned for all of the different housing glitches. And anyway, first housing glitch I'm going to show you is how to do the fusing of two items. I did this before, but I'm going to do it again so that I can put all of these together just in one video, so you don't have to search for the different videos. All you do is you go into your housing, furnishings. I'm going to put this planter back here, and I'm going to put the shower back into my elephant. So I need to find the right planter partition. And I forget which one it is. Okay, all you do is just move them and just move them into where you're comfortable, where you want it to go, and then release it. And you can do that with any item. And let's see, where's the shower head? The shower stand is here. Just take him, put him in, and oh, I gotta put my camera back. I can't see his mouth. I think it's coming out. You just move him around until you don't see the item. He's got the shower coming out underneath under his chin, but that's good enough, I think. But you can go back and move it closer. There, now it's coming out of his mouth, and see, you cannot see the shower head. And that's how you do fusing of two items. You can also do, and you can take any two items and put them together, and that's fine. I showed this before, like you could take two of these and put them together. You can take a bunch of items and put them together. And somebody asked me, how do you do the shaky movement, the shakiness of the pictures? Let's see if I can get them to shake. See, once they get focused and then they stop shaking. You just take two pictures and slap them on top of each other, and then move one of them slightly one way or the other, just slightly. You can see that if you come up closer, see how one's just off-centered just by a little bit on all of them, and that's how you get them to give you the ghosty effect and the shaking of the pictures. And that's it for this section, and I'm going to start the next section in just a second. Okay, second housing glitch is going to be floating a tabletop item by using an open bookcase, or you can use a table or whatever else tabletop that you want to use. That's fine. I'm using an open bookcase along with a tonberry. You can float anything that will sit on a table, or a picture or anything, but this is how you do the tabletop items. Okay, first what you want to do is you want to go into your housing, and you want to make sure that your grid snap is enabled, and by doing that, what you do is you can click on any item that you got, and in my case it is the grid is, I can see it up on top of my screen. It says disable grid snap and disable counter placement, and you need to have both of those enabled. So right now it is enabled. So what you need to do is, let me find my Tonberry because I'm all set up for that. Oh, pointer Tonberry is down here. So what you do is I've got them both enabled, so we're good on that. Okay, you're going to click on the Tonberry. See, he now turns blue, and I'm going to hit the triangle to disable the grid snap, and then my L1 plus the triangle to disable the counter placement. Okay, once you do that, you click on the Tonberry again until he turns that pinkish purple, and you just move him off of that item, and then in my case I hit the circle and he snaps right back into place, and then you just move over to your table item, and mine's the open bookshelf, and you click on it and you move it away. And now you have your floating item. In my case, it is the floating Tonberry. Okay, the third housing glitch is placing a wall item that does not allow another wall item on it, or you could float it in the air if you'd like to as well. And it's using the same exact process as you used before, except in this case, instead of the bookcase, we've placed the item on a partition. It has to be a full partition. Actually, I've never tried it on a half partition. I've always just tried it on a full partition. So, I don't know. You could try it. Okay, so we have this ready. I've got the grid snap and the counter placement both enabled, so we're good there. And all you do is place your... Well, I can't line anything up. I'm not real good at this. I mean, I'm not good at lining things up, basically. And you just put it on your wall wherever you want it to sit. Or on the partition. You can keep moving the partition up and everything to get it where you want it. And that's a little bit off-centered, but I want to show you how to do this. Okay, so we have it pretty much centered, well, kind of, sort of, in a roundabout way. And what you do is now you go to your other item, which is the fan. You find it. Oh, it's not that one, it's this one. Okay, now I've clicked on it, it's blue. I'm going to disable the grid snap and L1 triangle, and then disable the counter placement. I'm going to click on the fan, move it away. Just move it away. Click on the circle. Now go back to my fireplace. No, I want the white wall, sorry. And move it away. And when you move stuff away, and when you're in disabled, don't move it anywhere near other items are, because they will stick to it. And see, now you have this. Oh, I can't jump up there. I actually jumped up there earlier today. I don't know how I did it. Okay, but that is how you do the putting an item on a stove or on the fireplace, or it can float in mid-air just like you did the other. Use the same exact steps as you did with the floating. Okay, this next glitch is to get the Tonberry to set on the edge of the mantle over here on this side. So what you do, it's basically the same as like you're floating, and I like to use this 3-tier open case bookshelf, because it works, to me it works the best, or for me it works the best, I guess. Well, you need to make sure that both your counter placement and your grid snap are both enabled. I put the Tonberry on top of the shelf, and now I'm going to, where is it? Open bookshelf. I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it over here and turn it however I want it. And this is actually a really good size for, because it's right even width. So you get it right where you want whatever it is you're putting on your mantle. In this case, it's the Tonberry. And you set it there, just like that, normal. And then you go to the Tonberry. And you, oh, I had one of them. Oh, maybe that's, okay. Anyway, I've got the disabled the grid snap, and I've disabled the counter placement. Click on him, move him away, oops, snap him back into place, and then take the open grid bookshelf away and move it away. And see, now you've got the Tonberry up there. It looks like I got him a little bit high. No, he's fine. But that is how you place things up on the mantle. And so that's just one more glitch. Okay, the next glitch is going to be one of the storeroom glitches where you can put a wall item onto the floor. And that is completely different than doing the enable disable thing. So you go into your housing, you go into indoor furnishings, you go to your wall items or your storeroom, and then to the wall items, and you click it to place it. You want to put it right where you want to be standing, right in front of where you want to place it, and then you click place. And now we've got a wall planter here on the floor. And see, and you can take and put like right, I stand right like right here. You can take the Fool's Portal and place it and click place, and that is that. It will stay there as well. You can't move it because if you try to move it one way or the other, it completely just it goes right back into your inventory, into the storeroom. But I did that by mistake. And so, well, there's another little glitch trick that you can do if you wanted to put the like the wall planters actually down on the floor. I thought that would be kind of cool to do like a whole outline type of thing. Instead of having the partition planters, you could do like this. So there is another housing glitch, and this is one of the storeroom glitches. Next glitch is on how to put the Fool's Portal, oblong window, or the stained glass window onto a partition. We all know that they're supposed to be on the interior walls, like here or wherever, but you can put them on a partition because, yes, there is a glitch. I think there's a glitch for almost everything now. Okay, I have my grid snap and my counter placement enabled, which is what you need to have in all these processes. Before you start to do anything, you make sure that your grid snap and your counter placement are both enabled. So we're going to turn it, get it as straight as possible, and get it into up against that wall as close as we possibly can get it. Okay, then you're going to go over here. Wait a minute. And okay, now we need, okay, it's placed, but we need to click on it. And we need to enable and the grid snap and the counter placement. And then we need to take the Fool's Portal and you need to place it. And it's going to go behind the partition, okay? And once it's behind the partition and you have it wherever you want it to go, then on my controller, I click on the X and bam, there it is. Now, sometimes I have found out that I don't know what I'm doing, like I might do a step wrong and I'm not quite sure what I did wrong, but I found out that if I click on the my circle and then the X, it does the same thing. Okay, so now I have this on, on there. Okay, so now say for instance, oh, that's nice, I got it on the partition, and it doesn't matter which partition it is as long as it's a full partition. But I want it like to float out in the middle, like over here, I want it to float. Okay, so we've got everything disabled, which is what we need to do. And so you go back to your Fool's Portal. And since everything's disabled, you click on it, you move it away, you hit your circle to snap it back, and then you go over to your partition, white partition, and you move it away. And there you go. Now you have your floating Fool's Portal, and that's another glitch. Here is another storeroom glitch working with your stairwell. And I want to put this dragon floor lamp in the stairwell down here. I can't believe that happened to me. Okay, so you just you click on it, which brings it out, okay, and then you click on it again to move it, and you put it like right wherever you want it and turn it, and then you click the square to place it, and then you place it. Oh, I turned it the wrong way. But as you can see, if I had turned it the right way, it would have worked. But I tried this a minute ago and I thought I was placing the dragon lamp, and instead I placed this small shelf up here instead. So as you can see, you can do different things. So again, you just click on the item, put it where you line it up where you want it to. You click on in the controller, it's a square to place it, and then you place it. And so you can put different things up here now. So okay, that's another storeroom stairwell glitch. The next storeroom glitch is the one where you can put something on this part of the stairwell. What you do is you go into your housing, you go into indoor furnishings again, you go into your storeroom, and what you do is you click on it and you bring it out, and you get it to move it where you want it to go. And then in my case, it is the square on my controller for place, and that's all you do. When it comes up, you just place it. Again, you go into bring it out. You can move it around wherever you want to, turn it, and then place it. And that's how you can do rugs, you can do all kinds of things. So that's it for placing. I mean, that's really simple to go in and place items on the stairwell. Now, Like I said at the beginning of this video, I still haven't learned how to place anything underneath the stairwell yet. I have no patience at all. So, but I'll keep trying and I'll try to figure that out. I know there's plenty of videos out there that you could watch to actually who would do a much better job at that glitch than I could probably ever do. Okay, so on to the next glitch. Okay, this is the outdoor glitch. I don't have the living arch, so I'm gonna try it with my deck. And I do know that you can go to your housing, your furnishings, your outdoor furnishings, and like I was just playing around, and like you can take your leaves or whatever like this and set them, and you don't even have, that's not even a storeroom glitch. Okay, that just happens to go out there. Okay, and so for the storeroom glitch, I'm gonna try my deck and turn it sideways. And I don't know how far out it'll go out there. Oh, see, it will go out to there. So it comes out a little ways, but that's the storeroom glitch for outdoors. If you have the living arch, then it would, you know, look better. But I was just trying to show you that you can put stuff outside of your property, but that's basically, now if you go and go back into your regular housing, this will snap back in. And I do have my grid disabled, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it or not, but it's on the property. But if you go in and click on this, let's see, since it's already out there, well, oh, you know what? It might be some type of glitchy thing because I'm not even in the storeroom. And just kind of push it out there a little ways and it will stay. So I'm not sure whether it's an actual storeroom glitch or whether it's just a regular glitch, because I was just in the normal outside area. Try it, see if it works one way or the other for you. I'm not going to leave my deck there. It looks goofy. But you could try it and see and play around with it. But that's basically what you can do. You can just slide your stuff outside of your property line now, that where before you couldn't. And like I said, I do have my the outdoor grid snap. I have it disabled, so that might have something to do with it as well. So go ahead and give it a try. Okay, for the finale, I'm going to show you how to float your or place your troop stage or your bed up high to make it look like a loft, as I call it, because that to me is what it looks like. Just a few quick things before we begin. Okay, first of all, the only places that you can place an item up here is up above the windows, any window. Down here on this banister as well, anywhere on any banister, it doesn't matter, as long as it's in, I mean, it can be the upstairs windows as well, the banister. You can place it over here above the doors here and over your free company workshop door. It can go up there. It can also go above this window over here, right there. And again, all the banisters along the ledge, it can go there. But I'm going to put it here against this window right here because I've cleaned this area out and it's just easier. Okay, the second thing that you need to do is, and this is real important because otherwise your troop stage or your bed or whatever you're going to place is going to be crooked. So you need to do this. You need to stand like directly in front of your window or wherever you're going to place it, and your body and your camera has to be straight, just like that. If it's slightly crooked, if you're like doing this and you're slightly crooked so that you can see, your troop stage is going to come up crooked. So you want to align yourself. Well, maybe if I was walking, it would be better. Okay, so you line it straight up, get it right where you want it to be, but keep your body straight, your camera straight, and everything is what works. If you, again, if you go offside, it's gonna end up crooked. Third thing is I have everything disabled. My counter placement and my grid snap are both disabled. I got those already disabled. Number 4. There's a lot of steps in this one. I've been working on this since Friday night, and for hours yesterday and hours again this morning, and this one's a little bit harder, but now that I've figured it out, it's not as hard. But realizing that my body was crooked, my camera was crooked, kept bringing it up crooked. Okay, so step number 4, your keybind. So you need to go to keybind, and you go to your system, and the confirm is already your 0, or at least mine was, and then you want to go to this display sub commands, and you want to keybind it to either a letter, or in my case I did the number 5, and then you want to apply it, and that's what you do for that. Okay, so that's set. Then you go into your housing, your indoor furnishings, and that brings up this down here. So you want to make sure the display preview and the item bind prompt are both lit up. Okay. You want to make sure that, and you're going to probably have to empty out some of your inventory items into your own personal inventory. This is a storeroom glitch. You have to work with 2 items, and they both have to be in the storeroom. Also, your troop stage or your bed or whatever it is you're actually going to float up has to be in the space number 1 in your display all. See? Display all, first space. Your second item has to be a wall item, and it also has to be in the first space, because if you have, say for instance, this ghost candlestick was in the first space here, when I do this, the ghost candlestick is going to pop up and not the troop stage. So again, troop stage under the display all has to be the first spot, and the item that you're going to use, and in this case it's my Inquire Within Hildebrand, is in the first space. So I have emptied out and put a ton of stuff in my inventory in order to make this work. Okay, so you click on my body is straight, my camera is straight, I believe. Click on Inquire Within. Now that looks, if you look at that, it isn't actually really straight. So you can't move this. Okay, you can't move it. So I'm going to put it back because I'm not straight enough. And I think my camera looks straight to me. Maybe that's straight. And it looks a little bit crooked, but I'm gonna live with that. But you can play with it until you get your camera and everything straight. Okay, then you click on it again and you move it up, and I'm sorry but my head will be in the way. You move it up until it turns orange, so that but you don't place it. Okay, so you just move it up until you turn orange. I think it's right there. You'll know when you're doing this, and then you hit your keybound number, which is 5, and that brings up place, and you click on it. For me, I click the X, and there it is. It's up there. And I don't know I doubt if I can get up there. I don't know how straight it is. It looks somewhat straight. It looks pretty straight, and it's a little bit crooked, but you know, unless somebody lays under there and says, oh, by the way, your troop stage is crooked. Now, you cannot move this. I mean, you can click on it and it will go and spin in circles and everything, but it won't move like it's in that position. It is not going to move down this way. I've tried. I can't get it to come and face out this way. Maybe there is a way, but I just can't figure that part out. So you might be able to. I don't know. Every time I try doing anything different with it, it ends up back down here on the ground. So, but just those are the steps to do this. And that's it for how to put a stage up high to make yourself a loft. Hi everyone. Okay, this is it for all the housing glitches that I personally know how to do. There are probably more glitches out there, and as for the stairwell glitch, well, you are better off watching other people's videos. Trust me on this one, it was really ugly. There was a lot of cussing involved, and it didn't work, so better off watching somebody else's. Remember, there's a couple things you need to remember. One, do not get discouraged. Some of these glitches are a little more trickier than others. I've spent hours learning how to complete one glitch because I like to understand what exactly I'm doing and how it happened, and in some cases I just seemed to get lucky and it worked, and then I had to go back and try to figure it out so I could explain it in this video. Sometimes it was a little more trickier than others. Okay, and a couple other things that you need to remember, that before you start any housing glitches, you need to ensure that both your snap grid and your counter placements are enabled. Before you do anything, make sure those are done. Then begin the process of putting your glitch together, because if you've got one on and one off, it's not going to work, so you have to go back. Just do some random stuff until you make sure that they're enabled, and then start the whole process of putting your glitch together. The other thing is also, as you're moving items around, be careful not to place them within another item or really close to another item, because if you go from disable, like the partition, like when I moved the partitions away, I made sure that I put them where there was nothing else at, because if you go from disabled, where you've moved your partition away or whatever item you're doing, and then you enable, that other item that it's close to or next to is going to attach itself to your partition. So really be careful, because you can mess up a lot of work if you're not careful, and you have to go back and redo stuff. So just just keep that in mind. If you feel that I did not express my instructions clearly enough, please let me know either in the comment section below or email me, and I'll do my best to re-explain the steps. A few of the glitches, like I said, I learned this week, and it took me a lot of hours to learn how to do this, putting the troop stage up here. I could put the troop stage up here, but I can't figure out how to get it to move or anything, and it doesn't move. I hope you find this guide helpful. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. If you know of an easier way or different way something worked for you, please let everyone know with your comments. This helps everyone out in the community. And thank you again for watching this video. Please check out my other housing, gill savings, and other random videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really greatly appreciate it. So have fun, take care, and be safe out there.